Hi everyone, welcome to the Spicy Palette, and today we're going to make Mexican enchiladas. So first and foremost, let's take a pan, heat some oil. You can use olive oil. Here I've used regular vegetable oil, and you can use whatever you feel like, but use very less amount. We don't need too much of oil in here. The first step is to add chopped onions and chopped capsicum. These are finely chopped, and it's just easier to cook. You can add red bell peppers if you want to, but I prefer to have my beans only with onion and capsicum. So add onions, capsicum, and now add a little bit of garlic. The next step is to add garlic, crushed garlic. I've taken about 7 to 8 cloves of garlic and crushed them finely to a paste kind of a consistency, and I've added that to the onions and capsicum, and I'm going to stir this well till all of it mixes. And then I'm going to add some salt. Make sure that you add the salt only for the veggies, because you have already boiled the rajma or the beans with salt. So keep the salt consistency in check. We don't want to make our food very salty. So just put some salt and then mix it again, mix it well for it to cook. Let it cook on medium to low flame, and you want it to cook till it's about transparent. Here I've added chili flakes, and I will also add oregano to this. You could add any kind of seasoning. If you have the ready taco seasoning or Mexican seasonings which you get off the shelf, you can add that as well. You can add dry basil or any kind of herbs that you like or you prefer. So I've just added chili flakes and oregano. Then I will mix it again well and make sure all of it has come together. Once the water starts, coming over like on your onions, you will just make sure that it evaporates, and then you will add your masalas. So I have added chili powder here. My chili powder is not very spicy, and nor is my chili flakes. So I'm just going to add a decent amount of spice to this. And you can check as per what you feel and what is your spice level. I'm adding tomato ketchup here to give that tanginess to the entire beans. You can skip it if you wish, but it is an essential part. Next here I'm going to add chili sauce. Just keep in check, since I'm adding chili powder, chili flakes as well as chili sauce. I'm just going to keep all of them in check and not use it a lot, because we don't want it to become extremely spicy. So, and we can always add in later after putting the beans if we feel that we need some more spice. So mix it well, mix it thoroughly, and till it cooks. And guys, I have already pre-boiled my kidney beans, and I have added salt while I put it in the pressure cooker, and a little bit of soda, so it cooks faster and it becomes very very soft. So here, once these onions and capsicums are cooked, then I'm going to add tomato puree to this. These are about 3 medium-sized tomatoes, and I'll add them in the puree in the tomato and capsicum. Sorry guys for the fumble, but yeah, so here's the tomato puree, and this is the leftover stock of the beans that I had kept it aside, because we don't want our beans to be too watery, but at the same time we want it to have good enough consistency, so that it doesn't dry up. So use the same stock that you've used the bean water, and it works really well. So mix it well, mix it till your tomatoes and onions and everything comes together and it becomes like a thick gravy. Then you add your beans here. I have hand blended the beans a little bit. It's almost crushed, you can say, because I prefer putting crushed consistency beans, especially when it comes to enchiladas and tacos, because we don't want to keep chewing on the beans, right? So it's just easier to eat, and it gives a very very good consistency to your beans. Like, it doesn't leave out water, or it really soaks up the entire moisture well of the gravy. So there it is. Just add as per your requirement, and keep a check on the consistency. Please do not make it very thin, or else your enchiladas, your tortillas will become moist very soon. So mix it well again, check again for all your your salt, your chili, etc. and it just boil it for 5 more minutes till everything boils and all your consistency is correct. That's about it. You're ready with your beans. This is the universal Mexican bean recipe, which can be used across your Mexican dishes. So, guys, I'm sure this will be very handy for you for a lot of other recipes. So, let it boil. The tomatoes will change its color, and the taste will start, seeping in. Check it out. Check the taste. If all's well, that's where it is. You're done with the rajma. You can leave it aside. This recipe, guys, I have actually not shot the entire recipe. In fact, going to use pizza gravy, which I had earlier made and kept it in the refrigerator like I usually store it. So unfortunately I couldn't shoot that, but maybe sometime soon I will shoot just the gravy part of it. But just to let you know, it's a basic pizza gravy. All of you guys might be making pizza gravy, and if you don't, I will definitely shoot the video next time for you guys and put it up so that you guys can follow that recipe as well. Now we come to the tortillas. I've used maize ya makke ka atta with wheat, and I've kneaded the dough to a roti kind of a dough consistency, which is not too hard and not too soft like you can see. I'm going to make small balls out of it and roll out really thin tortillas. Make sure that you really let the dough rest for about 15-20 minutes after you knead it, and roll them nicely into really thin sheets of these tortillas. We don't want thick, because remember that makke ka atta takes time to cook. So the thinner you roll it out, the better it is. And obviously don't worry about the loose ends and the cracking ends that are there. That is the property of makke ka atta, so that is going to happen. No one's checking your roti making skills out here, so just go for it. Just make it as thin as possible. And that is the reason why I usually add wheat flour, which is in that particular ratio, so that it doesn't break off. It is very, very difficult to make only makke ki aate ke tortillas. So wheat flour at rescue, and it just makes for amazing thin roti kind of tortillas. So that's about it. You just roll them out, and yeah, in the dough I forgot to mention, but I have put salt and oregano for taste, so you can add them or you can skip it as well. It's up to you. On very, very low flame on your basic roti ka tawa, just flip over the tortillas. As and when they get a little brown and you realize that the ends are cooking, it's going to be done. So you don't need too much of cooking for this. It's just that you have to make sure that your makke ka atta is cooked well. And you're again going to bake these once you layer them up. So don't worry, even if a little bit is left, it's going to bake well. So, but just make sure that it is if you can see on the rotis, there are small brown dots. We don't have to put it directly on the gas like chapatis, but you just have to softly roll them on your tawa itself. So the tortillas are also ready. And now we will get to the layering part of it. And like I was saying about the pizza sauce, guys, I'm really sorry I couldn't do it, but I will soon do the same. Meanwhile, I'll give you a very short recipe of the pizza sauce. It's basically onion puree and tomato puree put together, which you bring it to a boil, add your very basic salt, chili powder or chili flakes to it, and just bring it to a boil. You can add a little bit of ketchup as well, and that's about it. That's your basic pizza gravy, for your go-to meals where you have to use it like this. Here I've taken a tortilla. I'm going to place the rajma in the center of the tortilla. I'm going to roll this, and I've kept my baking tray also ready. So I'm sorry, there was a little, I didn't have space so to bring both the things together. So I'm just going to show it one by one. So here I'm layering. My first layer will be to add the tomato puree on the bottom part of the pan. Because since makke ka atta absorbs moisture very easily, you will notice that your enchiladas will become dry too soon. And if you put less gravy, it's going to become very chewy and very dry. So first, just completely fill the bottom layer with the gravy and be really generous in this. I'm going to roll up the tortillas with rajma like I've shown, and I'm going to roll it and put it on the downward side, and I'm going to adjust it in my entire baking tray. And yeah, coming back to the pizza sauce of part of it. So yeah, the key is to bring it to a boil, and in the end just add a little bit of corn slurry to give this thickness, and so that it is not very watery. And guys, just store it, like, you can use it for so many things, pizzas, or even enchiladas like I'm using it right now. You can also use it for bread pizzas. You can also use it for making it as a base for a lot of your other Mexican dishes. So keep this stored. It's not going to get spoiled for 2-3 months for sure. And like it's very handy always. So yeah, so once I layer this up, I'm going to again cover this layer with the pizza sauce again, or you may call it like the tomato gravy. I'll just add a little bit of rajma if I feel like maybe the filling is less or something. Just add a little bit on top, cover the complete tray. And like for me, this is one tip like I would like to give you guys, that a good layering is when you cannot see any of your tortillas. So it completely looks like a tomato layer or a blanket of the tomato puree over your tortilla. So that's when it's going to get enough to soak in, and it's going to be really juicy. Top it up with our favorite ingredient, which is cheese, processed cheese. I don't want to make it too cheesy, so I just sprinkle a little bit of it, and it's gone in the oven to bake for about 10 minutes, and your enchiladas are ready to eat. You don't need to really bake it for too long. They're very quick, so just 5 to 7 minutes in the oven and you're done. I hope you guys like the recipe. Thank you for watching the Spicy Palette.